And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, sneak peek number 1 is here for the September update. And with that, we can expect at least 4 new Marvel Zombies uniform to coincide with the Marvel Zombies TV show that's dropping next week on Disney Plus. I'm definitely looking forward to the show now. Ooh, hold up. Y'all see that? There's a little jump scare moment right there. Let me see if I can catch it for you guys. But yeah, 4 new uniforms, one for Scarlet Witch, one for Kamala Khan, one for Shang-Chi, and one for Captain Marvel. So right there, we can see Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch looking absolutely diabolical. Yo, that's crazy. Okay, so I kind of touched on this in a live stream that I did a couple days ago. Apologies for any of you guys who were expecting me to stream the last couple days. Been busy. Okay, that's why I didn't give you guys a set schedule. I'll pop in when I can. We'll do some streams and stuff, but I can't commit to absolutely every day. But yeah, in that stream, I was talking to some of you guys and I said, Scarlet Witch been ABX meta for quite some time now. So, uniform could be coming to, replace her or replace the one she has at any moment. And lo and behold, here we have it, a new uniform for Scarlet Witch and one for Captain Marvel right away to boot. Now, these are zombie uniforms, so I'm expecting them to be villains. So that means Scarlet Witch isn't really being dethroned, right? The old uniform should theoretically still be good for ABX, ABL, and with Captain Marvel, who is the only one that could have possibly replaced her for her place in ABX, also getting a villain uniform, she's safe. You know what I'm saying? She's safe because the category, the universal female superhero category, is very, very, very small. Right, let me jump in game right now and show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, if you care about ABX kind of stuff, right? It's a very, very, very small category. We'll touch on the patch notes in a sec, or at least the sneak peek itself, because it's just a one and done type of deal. But if we go in game right here, universal superhero female, and then do that, it's a very, you can't really see, right? But I'm gonna try to hide my camera real quick so you can see. Like, it's just Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, Satana, Angela, Athena, and then we got Sylvie, Jane Foster, Rachel, and the rest. Okay, the only one that could possibly come and replace Scarlet Witch is Medusa, because we're still waiting for a new uniform for Medusa because of the poll that was done so bloody long ago. So Scarlet Witch, honestly, not going to get replaced this update cycle. She's going to be getting a new uniform to make her a villain. And truthfully, it might, for some people, be a skip uniform for the simple fact that if it doesn't make her like ABX meta, then it really has to make her like good for world boss. And it's the one area of the game that Scarlet Witch, outside of PvP, right, even though she does have PvP abilities, right, she has the penetration, right, 60% chance to penetrate everything. That's really good for PvP. But Scarlet Witch, for the longest time, hasn't been good for PvP, so unless this new zombie uniform makes her good for PvP, then listen, that would be great. But knowing that Marvel, they're probably just gonna tweak the numbers a little bit, and she's probably not gonna be good for anything outside of maybe World Boss. And the thing about Scarlet Witch is, if you look at her tags, she has fast movement and she has Chaos Magic. Chaos Magic doesn't pop up very often, based on my knowledge, for World Boss Legend. So, it might be a skip uniform for, again, I know it sounds blasphemous to say, because Wanda is my queen. I'm definitely going to buy this uniform. I already have her tier 4. I already have a really good build on her. So, like, obviously, like, I love Scarlet Witch. I'm not trying to shit on her. I'm just saying, Scarlet Witch getting a uniform that's not going to, make her ABX heavy meta, or at least change the meta. For most people, that might be a skip. But if it's a PvP uniform, then we cooking. Because here's the thing, we can put her. Let me just go ahead and free up these restrictions and shit, right? If we could put her with people like Weapon Hex, then we could have a truly diabolical situation between, Wanda X-23 and not you, sorry, and Scarlet Witch. So that could be cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn my camera back on one sec. I'm excited. I'm actually legitimately excited. Captain Marvel, this uniform for her is really good. I've been singing her praises. I'm one of the only people who actually give her any credit. Like, if you have her at tier 4, she's really good for World Boss. Okay, World Boss Legend Plus, in my opinion. And because she has the leadership tag, she has 3 tags, which these days it's becoming rare to have 3 tags that pop up in World Boss Legend. So yeah, she's very, very valuable, especially the leadership tag. That's one of the big ones because you can put her with Nick Fury and multiple other supports, right? So really, really good stuff. I'm excited to see a villain version of her, because the last time she was a villain was the last Avenger, and we didn't think we'd be getting another version of Captain Marvel that's a villain. And here's the thing, realistically, the only thing that they need to put in this version of Captain Marvel that could really tip the scale is just penetration. But again, we don't want to bank on that, because they're notoriously known for going halfway. Okay, so if they actually give her penetration on this villain uniform, Captain Marvel might back in PvP for the first time in a long time. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Marvel has a sexy uniform bonus, okay? Increasing basic damage to supervillains by 55% and decreasing the damage from them by 50%, with a basic, flat 40 on top. So realistically, Captain Marvel could become PvP meta. Like, this could definitely impact the meta. Like, Scarlet Witch, lacking a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she has the penetration. I don't think she has iframe ignore anymore. Like, I think one of her previous uniforms had iframe ignore on it. I could be mistaken, though. I know it had reflect on one of them. Point is, I have my doubts on how they're gonna do Wanda, but I have hope that Captain Marvel could actually be legit. And here's the thing, Shang-Chi is in a similar situation, right? But Shang-Chi right now, he has the iframe ignore and he has reflect. It'll be interesting to see if they actually give him, say it with me now, penetration in that as well. Because right now, these halfway buffs are not enough. Okay, like, Shang-Chi could be a combat meta, but it will be it would require some love from the devs. And then there's also Kamala Khan. I don't think Kamala Khan is gonna be anything major, but again, they could just surprise us. Okay, but I have my doubts that Kamala Khan is gonna be like a game breaker, game changer. I don't know why I keep pressing that one, but Kamala Khan is a strong character. Like, she's always, like, well, not always, with her last 2 uniforms, she's been a solid DPS, and she has a few useful tags. Well, one major one. Strong is more for like gore and them back way back, but leadership is pretty good, right? And her last 2 uniforms, they've really showed her a lot of love. So my guess is that they're gonna do the same thing again. And keep in mind that once upon a time, she had this insane passive that gave her debuff removal and 30% recovery. Okay, this is like a Moon Knight buff, but better. And so they could go back to the basics really with Kamala Khan and make her like a solid PvP character. Like, they could take her back from being I think she's speed now, right? They could take her back from speed to her base of combat, and then bring her to being a combat super villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be cool, right? That could be cool. But y'all let me know what you think, man. This update looks like it's gonna be an interesting one. 4 new villains, 4 heroes becoming villains. On the forums, I'll show you guys real quickly. It's just not really much, right? They just basically let us know that these guys are transcending. Anyways, witness the transformation or transformed appearance and formidable new abilities of 4 superheroes locked in a battle for survival, because you know zombie survival is being revamped as a part of the consuming zombie horde. The relentless zombie outbreak has unleashed countless conflicts and devastating casualties. What lies ahead for them? We will provide more information through the update details later. Now, the way how they reference these 4, right? Shang-Chi, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, and Kamala Khan as still being heroes is quite, I would say, puzzling, because of the fact that we already have zombies, and all of the zombie uniforms so far has taken those guys who were natively heroes and made them into villains. Wong became a villain, Falcon became a villain, Doctor Strange became a villain, Abomination was already a villain, Weapon X also became a villain. So it would be really interesting if the new uniforms for Wanda and them transform them into zombies, but still kept them as heroes. I doubt that's the case. I think it's gonna be all of them are gonna become villains. And here's the thing: Future Fight is overrun with heroes, and a majority of the characters that, well, all the characters really that are getting uniforms in this update are natively heroes. So getting a villain version of them is rare in itself, because throughout their runs in the Marvel comic universe, they're usually never portrayed as villains. So I'm okay with them turning heroes into villains, because 85% of the game is heroes, and sometimes we just need more villains. So I'm here for that. Also, Cap, I forgot about him. Like if they make Cap, of all people, granted Cap's been villain twice, like he's been villain here and villain here, but if Cap becomes a zombie villain, everybody else here is fair game. Okay, they all becoming villains. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would bet on them all being villains. Okay. Anyways, y'all let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I am definitely looking forward to the uniforms for Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch. Of course, I may tear for Shang-Chi, but I don't know about Kamala Khan. Alright guys, leave me your thoughts though. Can't wait for the patch notes. Hopefully Zombie Survival becomes a co-op game mode, and we can finally get what we've been missing from, you know, not getting any new giant boss raids in what feels like a decade. Anyways, man, we out of here. Peace.